So moving on to the jump rope. Yeah, I am. I totally agree with you. Violet is immune to not looking. She's immune to the not looking cuteness. Like no matter what, she's gonna look cute. Uh, Probably something that will serve her very well in adulthood. But yeah, like I said, it's a lot of fun to draw her because just to see what she looks like, because just different hairstyles, different outfits will change how she looks so much. Uh, but I'm really glad that you came to the conclusion that was after like Sunday service and everything, because that's exactly what I thought when I drew her. That's what she looks like. I actually just did a search on Google, like I always do, for 50s outfits, and that one came up. I forgot to link to it though. I used to link to my references, but I forgot. Um, but yeah, it's blue with white trim. Um, but yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah, I even got the hairstyle from reference too. It was a different reference, so I'm glad that the hairstyle doesn't clash with the outfit. But yeah, that's exactly what I thought. It looked like she just came home from church, and being Kansas, that's pretty believable. Um, but yeah, again, it's just more cute little kid stuff. Like it's a nice outfit, but she doesn't care about coming home and just roughhousing and doing jump rope and stuff in it. I totally forgot to even say this in the artist comments, so I'm hoping it doesn't look weird. I'm glad it looks cute to you, so that means it must not. But the reason Pinky has her tongue out is because she's counting. I actually, before I drew her mouth, I made mouths of my own through counting and thought about which number saying looked best, like which mouth saying, like what the mouth shape looked best with what number, and I figured the 3 mouth looked good. It looked like someone counting, because you have to stick your tongue out to say 3. So she could either be counting 3 or 13 or 30. I don't think it's 30, but you know, it. I was kind of afraid though. I meant to put it in the artist description because I thought maybe it looked like to people like maybe Pinky was thinking about eating her or something. Like, little girl, let's eat someone. Um, but yeah, that's the reason. Uh, let's see. Um, yeah, okay. Another dimension. Yeah, it's tied to the realm outside of the drawing. It's just like there's a aperture science portal that it's sticking through. That's what's going on. Someone shot the Camaro's butt with a portal gun and stuck a rope through it. Even though he's not there yet, just making a joke. So yeah, I guess it probably was a good idea to draw those 3 happy ones, because it makes the transition to the sad one all the more epic. Uh, but yeah, see, and there's the example of what I was talking about, how I think ahead so far in my series. I was able to use the same background twice. I'm actually going to use that same background 4 times. The next 2 are going to use the exact same background, except it's going to be nighttime, so I'm going to have to recolor it, but at least I'll still have the line work. So that'll be interesting, seeing the same backyard at nighttime. But yeah, that's the advantage. If you would like me to show you how to do that, you probably know how to do it, but if you want me to show you how to reuse backgrounds and everything, I could maybe do a tutorial, I don't know. And you already said it in the video, you found it out, but yeah, this picture's only supposed to take place maybe an hour or 2 after the last picture. The family took the 3rd car, which I haven't shown yet, but the family actually has 3 cars now. One was the dad's car, dad/mom's, and Pinky belonged to, not belonged, but was used by Violet. Let's see. But yeah, that's answering that first question. And what was the second question? So yeah, the Camaro ended up just being a natural douchebag. That's just how he is, and like you said, I'm copying the movie's formula. Everything you wanted and more. But you know, after you said that comment, I actually felt really bad. I thought, man, I see him so boring and predictable now. I should have made him unintentionally an asshole. That would have made it like double tragic, because it's like he would be an asshole and not even be trying. Uh, I feel like I'm doing that these days. I feel like all my good characters are cookie cutter good characters, and all my bad characters are the same. I'm trying to change that, but not too successfully. But this time I can blame it on the movie. I want to make the point, though, that you're bringing up, um, that yeah, it is hard telling the story of Pinky when you already know the ending. um, I think there are a few people on DeviantArt that aren't following me very closely, and they actually still think that Pinky is my character, that I'm not doing fan art of anything. So they're actually, I've seen a few comments people saying, I wonder what's gonna happen. Is something gonna save her? So they're gonna have a bad surprise. Um, I feel bad now. I mean, at first I was trying so hard to make people feel bad for Pinky, and they kind of started feeling bad quicker than I thought they would. So now I feel kind of an asshole. I just keep making sad stuff over and over. That's why I felt like I was being such an emo these days. Um, I do want to assure you, though, even though her story is sad, um, I'm going to add kind of like some, it's hard to describe, but like some beautiful kind of poetic happiness to the story. Uh, if you listen to the songs I supplied with the earlier pictures, like Worth Leaving Behind and In My Daughter's Eyes, it'll kind of give you some hints, some very vague hints, but still. Um, I mean, Pinky's still gonna die, and it's still gonna be sad because even though her engine's broke, her spirit and her will to live is still there. I mean, if someone had fixed her, she would run for as long as she could. That's the sad part of it. But well, that and the fact that her time with Violet was forgotten, and that Violet didn't remember anymore. That's sad. But there's gonna be some redemption at the end. I want to assure you that there is gonna be some happiness, but I'm doing it in the style of the movie because I appreciate how the movie did things. It had happiness, but it was realistic happiness. It portrayed the world um, in a realistic sense, where things are happy, but nothing's fairy tale happiness. Like, I don't know about you, but when every time the end credits rolled on the Brave Little Toaster, I still felt sadness more than anything else. Like all the happy music, it still had like sadness to it. And granted, the end of the movie is only 7 minutes after the song Worthless, so by the time the movie's ending, I'm still thinking about all those dead cars. I'm like, I'm still bummed out. And even the fact that the movie ends with you rising into the clouds, it's almost like you're seeing what the cars are seeing now that they're dead or stuff. It's sad. Um, so I'm kind of going into that style where it's happy, but it's realistic happy with some sadness still. Um, I'm not sure if you know this, but there's a live Q&A that was like an hour long with the director and the voice of the toaster, and they have a part about the music where I don't know if I'm going to get the quote right, but the director said that the musicians went by this idea that for every chord of happiness there is a note of, or a tear in every note, or something like that. A tear that every that the happiness isn't going to last, or that something sad had to happen in order to get there. And that's kind of what I'm doing. You know, I'm trying to go into that style. I mean, you can hear it in the songs. Like, I'll link you to some of the soundtracks. Some of the songs, they are so sorrowful and emotionally sounding uh, that it almost makes your heart sink just hearing it. I love the music in the movie. The music in the movie, it's epic. So, okay, your question about the amount of time. Uh, Really, I think even, it's concentrated pain with the frickin' Camaro there, so maybe I'm wrong, but I think before the Camaro got there is the worst time. Because let's see, she broke down in 1982, no, 83, 82 or 83, and Camaro is in 1985. So let's see, that's 3 years or something. I'm not good at math right offhand. She dies around 1987 when the movie came out, and I'm guessing she's probably at Ernie's for at least a year. So I think she probably only has about a year left at the Brooks home, and then a year at Ernie's listening to that Crusher go all day. Yeah, not good. If I actually get to finishing this series, I'm scared because I never finish any series I start, but I'm really going to try to finish this one because it's not that long. I'm actually going to show what happens, how she got picked up by Ernie's and everything. Actually, well, you're talking about a picture of Pinky looking at the house she towed away. I've already decided that Violet's actually going to leave the house before Pinky leaves. Violet actually moves out and drives off in the Camaro only about a couple hours before, maybe even just an hour before Pinky is towed away herself. But I did have a picture in mind having Pinky being towed past the McDonald's in the first picture, and her kind of looking at it as she's passing by, and the McDonald's actually being closed down because it was years ago. I actually had a song from the soundtrack of the movie I was going to supply with that picture called Junkyard Montage. You can probably look it up on YouTube if you want. It's one of the most amazing little pieces of music in the movie, I think. So yeah, I'm already thinking what you're thinking. So I think you'll be happy how the series goes on. Did you say good looks Plaxel? What does that mean? But yeah, you're not the only one that thinks the Camaro is a pretty car. There's another girl I know that kind of has a crush on him too. He's one of those D-bags that like the girls still have the hots for somehow. I guess he's just that pretty looking. Thank you about what you said about the shading. It's good to hear that you think it's better, since I did it all from like 3 o'clock in the morning till 6 in the clock in the morning, maybe 7. I was kind of doing it fast, so it's good to hear. I guess I'm getting better and more efficient at it. What was the other thing? Oh yeah, the house. I didn't shade anything different on the house, at least the parts that you could see in the original picture, the replacement picture. But since the Camaro moved, you're seeing more of the house than you saw before. So I had to color it in and kind of match the shading so you wouldn't be able to see the places where I erased. So that might be the difference you're seeing. You're seeing more of the house. You're seeing the little gas meter there and the shed, or not the basement shed door. I think that's the difference you're noticing. Okay, that ending there made me laugh because you said hopefully it was worth the wait. You remind me of Gabe In. I'll have to link you to that, because you probably have no idea what I'm talking about. Yeah, I'll link you to that. Anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed this. This was so much better a way to get a comment, to actually hear it from someone. And I know you're saying more than you probably would have if you typed it all. And plus I'm hearing the emotion and all. If you wouldn't mind, I'd be happy to do video or audio response right back. But if you ever feel like doing one of these for the upcoming pictures, feel free, because I freaking love this. This is awesome. Getting actual emotional voice feedback. It's really awesome. So thanks for doing this for me, and I hope that this is a good reward for doing so. So yeah, see you later, girlfriend.